Welcome to our final edition for this academic year of Springdale Today. I'm Rick Schaefer, and today we're going to look at some SkillsUSA videos put together by Springdale District TV students. We're also going to take an in-depth look at the Archer Learning Center, and you'll see that final installment of our interview with Dr. Jim Rollins. Why are we doing all that? Because if it's happening now, it's Springdale Today. Learning can take place in a lot of different ways, and the Springdale School District is committed to teaching every student. I think you're really going to enjoy this inside look at the Archer Learning Center.
Over the summer, the alternative learning environment moved to the third floor in the Jones Building on Emma Street, expanding their resources to help kids.
It is designed for students that need a smaller learning environment. Our class sizes are 1 to 15 instead of 1 to 30 like the regular schools. And we have teachers that specialize in working one-on-one with students.
My favorite part is the fact that it's such a smaller school than traditional school, so everyone here knows everyone. Everyone here has a better connection with each other, and we're all more interacted with all the teachers and all the activities.
With the new building in place, the current students and faculty is trying to change the negative reputation that ALE has gotten in the past as being a place for only troubled kids.
One thing I hate is when people think of ALE as a bad place. It's not a bad place. It's just they help you finish school faster. I mean, they don't have classes they have in high school. They just have the classes you need.
One of the things that's really important is that in the past, ALE has had the reputation of you get in trouble, you go to ALE. Well, with the addition of the Jones Building, that's what we call this building, the JTL or Jones Building, this gives us an opportunity to take kids that haven't ever been in trouble. And most of our students here have never been in any kind of trouble or are in no trouble right now. They just want a smaller learning environment with more personalized attention. And so that's what this building allows us to do, is to separate the different student bodies. And if a student simply wants the smaller, more personalized attention, they can come to this one.
Students here are given a second chance to restart their school career, regardless of their past or school-related mistakes made.
It's not a punitive school, but it's a school that is another alternative that they have here in Springdale. A lot of kids can't handle a high school of 2,000 kids. That environment alone shuts them down, and this offers another environment for them.
It affects us like in a positive way because they give us the classes we need and not some other classes that will make us get behind. And I think it's a good program. It's helped me because I got held back and I'm catching up.
Well, it affects me because in traditional school, like one reason why we're here is maybe we learn differently or something happened and we got in trouble. And since we're here, we're not just giving up on, we're giving a second chance to restart and help ourselves graduate and get out of here.
For SDTV, I'm Augusta Neal.
ALE, a great experience for a lot of Springdale students. Another great experience is going to Hellstern Middle School. They're preparing their gifted and talented students to take pre-AP and AP courses a little bit later when they get into the higher grades. Cannon Gibbs shares this report.
Checkmate.
Starting as early as the first grade, students begin to get tested as to whether or not they are a gifted and talented student. The Hellstern Middle School Gifted and Talented program is for students that want to push themselves further and beyond.
GT is kind of an extra class, and you can, you go in there and there will be certain topics that you'll study and you'll get to do certain things like certain activities. It's a blast.
Among the activities is a requirement to solve a Rubik's Cube so that later in the year they can have a competition to see who can solve the fastest. Students like Pablo Manan enjoy getting faster and faster.
And another thing you can do is solve the Rubik's Cube. You learn to solve it, which before the year started I didn't know how to solve, but now I can do it really good.
Another part of the drive to learn more is taking advanced placement classes and classes based on their interests. The GT program helps them with their selection.
When they start scheduling their classes for 8th grade, because in 8th grade is when they'll start doing the pre-AP and the advanced classes, we will help guide the students on some decisions to make, what some areas that they really possibly need to make sure, whether it be advanced science or the pre-AP history. And then that's where their GT services, they get those through the pre-AP classes.
For SDTV, I'm Cannon Gibbs.
Thanks, Cannon, for that really good look at Hellstern Middle School. Now, coming up after the break, a look at the SkillsUSA competition.
Why would you do this to us? You told us you would stop.
Calm down. It's not his fault he's dying.
It is his fault, Mom. You should have quit smoking.
It's an addiction. It's not like you can just quit. Stop it. Just all of you stop it. He's dying.
It doesn't just affect you. It affects everyone around you.
District television students competed in the annual SkillsUSA competition, and this team won gold.
I just think it's a great program for the young people to learn about life.
It's just a great area and an avenue for these young students to learn a skill and trade and better prepare them for the workforce.
It gives people hands-on, real-life type experiences. Kind of lets them see that things aren't always what they see on TV.
We can train young people to come in the trade and make a career.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are SkillsUSA.
Congratulations to Ashley Duckworth and Sarah Smith for winning gold. They're going to be competing in the National SkillsUSA competition at the end of June. Now let's take a look at another award-winning video.
Andrew? Andrew, where are you? Andrew? Are you in there? Where are you, buddy? Andrew? Where are you? Whoa!
Up here, Dal.
How'd you get up there?
Ask me what I'm doing, Sing Dal. Ask me.
I don't know. Staring at the sun again?
Close, but no cigar.
You're smoking now?
No! I'm jumping.
Dude, are you doing drugs now?
When or where would I ever have the time to do drugs? I'm frustrated and irritated because I don't know what to do for the short film.
Because I know a hospital you can go to.
This is insane. I don't know what to do. We have less than 2 hours and I'm just going insane.
Is he okay?
He was dropped as a baby.
Oh, okay.
I thought everything from werewolves all the way to battle hammers to everything. This stupid film is driving me insane. Are you serious?
Whoa! Did you just talk in a British accent?
Maybe.
What the?
What?
Let's just make a short film about not knowing how to make a short film.
That's a brilliant idea.
Besides, you weren't that high up anyway. Let's get you down.
Singdao Saratanakun and Andrew Olmstead won second place for that video. Now let's check out another great video from District TV students.
SkillsUSA is an opportunity for young professionals to showcase their talent and build careers.
That video was by Lane McCall and Michaela Allen. Next up, the conclusion of our interview with Dr. Jim Rollins.
The first time you make the decision to use smokeless tobacco, you're making the decision to have a potentially lifelong addiction with negative consequences. Is it worth it to have bad breath, yellow teeth, cancer? Smokeless tobacco has 3 times the nicotine compared to cigarettes, making it that much easier to get addicted as it is absorbed directly into the bloodstream. Is it comforting to know that you're putting something in your mouth that has 28 known chemicals to cause cancer? Just because it's smokeless does not mean it's harmless.
It's been a while since you've seen those first two interviews with Dr. Jim Rollins. They were very informative. You're going to enjoy part 3, even if you didn't see the other 2. Let's hear from Superintendent Dr. Jim Rollins. Welcome to our administrative section of the program. And you know what? We covered a lot of ground with Dr. Rollins the last 2 weeks, but we didn't cover it all. So we've got another segment with the Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Jim Rollins. And Dr. Rollins, I know there were some things that you wanted to talk about that the patrons would be interested in, some challenging things the district's facing, including this switch school-wide and district-wide to Common Core.
As we often speak, the potential, the progress that we're making all turns on the partnerships that are in place in our district. The partnership with moms and dads is one of our most important, obviously. So I think we need a clear understanding today and tomorrow, and we'll need to talk about it a lot of times. But in our district, and frankly in the districts across our state and even in the nation, one of the greatest opportunities we have, you might say greatest challenges we have, is the successful implementation of new learning standards in literacy and in mathematics. Moms and dads, I really need for you to be a partner in that process. You need to understand the opportunity that's available, really the good things that can spring from implementation of the new learning standards, and at the same time understand that together we've got a lot of work to do in order to do that successfully. This new initiative is well underway in our district. We actually started last year with implementing new standards in kindergarten through 2nd grade, and now we're beginning to roll this initiative out across the remaining grades in our schools. The learning will be more challenging, without question, but that's a good thing because we want our kids prepared at the highest level. It will take more time, perhaps, than we have become accustomed to as we elevate the standards. The new standards that are in place now are comparable with any in the world today. And we thought we had good standards in the past. Frankly, I think we have had. But the expectations of learning associated with what our kids will need to achieve are greater now. So I really encourage you to visit personally with your student's teacher, to talk with your building principal, and certainly if those of us at the central office could be of help, we would love to do that as well. I think we've got a year or 2 or 3 that would realistically be involved in this transition period. But as an extension of the learning that's in place today, our kids, I think, will be much better prepared to go on to college if that's their choice, to be career ready, to go into the workplace if that's their choice, but really preparing our kids to be successful so that they can compete at any level with any individual anywhere in the world. And that's really not a new expectation. We in this district have forever been about creating a world-class school system here in Springdale. We've got great teachers working to make that happen, but now we have a new system of learning that breathes even more potential, more reality into that preparation of our students, if you will. So partnerships, mom and dad, I need for you to be learners yourself, and then work hand in glove with your teachers and building administrators to make sure that our kids are being prepared at the highest level.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to splice right here, and then we'll pick it up right here, okay? Can you do that? You can just add it right there out. Now we'll start again. I wanted to make sure his wire got tucked back in his coat. Okay, ready again? Okay. Well, so not only is there the switch to Common Core, but that means new accountability, and there's new evaluations for teachers, administrators. There's a lot involved in all of this.
Well, learning in our schools is a very exciting thing. The new literacy standards, new math standards are one of the challenges, but as you said, we have a new accountability system as well. I think all of that's good and appropriate, and it just kind of leverages us all to perform at a higher level. Here's the really neat thing in the Springdale School District. I have not heard a single complaint from a single teacher, administrator, or anyone else associated with our school system. And I'll tell you why. It's because on their own, our staff, our teachers, our principals want to do better. They want to get better. They want to constantly improve because of their commitment to our students. So yes, we have a new accountability system in place today. There will be new labeling from the standpoint of terms like priority schools where there's a significant gap in student achievement, focus schools. There will be a lot of conversation about the achievement gap between those groups of students that are really achieving at the highest level versus students who are struggling, learners, etc. And then the new accountability system creates a formulaic address of expectations to close that gap year after year after year. All very appropriate. And I couldn't be prouder of how our staff has responded to that challenge.
You would have expected that.
I would clearly have expected that. That's who our Springdale teachers are.
Okay. One other issue we want to talk about before we leave this segment is safety. Obviously, what happened in Connecticut in December, a lot of people still remembering that, and a lot of people, I know memory is short, but the Springdale schools have always prided themselves on a safe environment and are even taking other steps to make sure it stays that way.
Like all schools in the country, we are daily inspecting our safety features in our schools. We have a well thought out safety plan, but you constantly want to work to make it better. And what we've been able to do because of the partnership with moms and dads is to visit with our PTAs, our representatives on the patron shelf, for example, review our plan, get input from our parents in terms of additional considerations that they would like to see happen. And I think that's the way we do things. We just think together, we look at opportunities to improve together, and each of our schools is doing that on a daily basis.
Very good. We hope you've enjoyed this time with Dr. Jim Rollins. That's it for the administrative segment. What better way to conclude our TV year for 2012-2013 than an interview with Dr. Jim Rollins? It's been a really good year for the first season of the district TV program directed by Trent Jones. Done a great job. They've produced over 235 videos, if you can imagine that, and they've won over 115 awards. A stunning first year for the district TV department. We hope you've enjoyed all the programming that we've brought to you this year. It won't be long till we start the 2013-14 school year, and we look forward to seeing you then, because if it's happening now, it's Springdale Today.